to today's live Ielts class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope that you are having a great week so far, wherever you are on our beautiful planet. Welcome, Hod, Chayankip, Anahita, Anmol, Satinder, Zarina, Piri, Maxime. Nice to see so many students in the class ready to learn. Welcome, Amrit, our members. Students, in this class, we are looking at an Ielts speaking part 1. Specifically, we're looking at a very common type of topic in society, which is talking about clothes. So clothing, right? What we wear, our pants, our shirt, our shoes, what we put on ourselves. Ielts speaking part 1 is the first part of the speaking section. The speaking section of the Ielts is a 12 to 15 minute interview. And part 1 will be about 7-8 questions. 2 to 3 of those questions will be getting to know you better, introductions, and about 5-6 questions will be questions about a topic that is general, that most people can talk about, that we have experience with, and it's usually about you. So in this topic, you talk about I, me, my favorite shirt is, I like to wear. So it's a lot of me, my, I in this part. Today, of course, is June 16th, which is a very special day for me because it's the birthday of my daughter, my eldest child. Welcome, Rashika. Good to see more members joining in. Students, this lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com. That's academicenglishhelp.com for academic Ielts. Visit us there. That is our native website to help you improve for the exam. For general Ielts, visit us at gieltshelp.com. We will use the websites today for speaking. So we're actually going to speak to our students, give band score estimates, give feedback on what to do, how to do, and meanwhile, everybody will learn strategy and tips on how to improve. All right. To go to our websites, again, go to aehelp.com. It looks like this. And click the big red button that's just above my head there to join our premium IELTS package. We are an official British Council IELTS Test Registration Center and partner. I'm a certified British Council agent. So you are in great hands with us. You click on that red button, and a special discount code that we have going on right now is Happy9, because it's happy times. It's good to be happy. You click that, you put Happy9 into the coupon code, and you will have a 20% discount from the full price. It's the same idea on general IELTS, gieltshelp.com. You click that big red button to join our premium IELTS package, and you have access to our practice exams, interactive courses, a native app for your phone from Android. So lots and lots of good materials there to help you improve and get the best score possible on your IELTS exam. So make sure to use that. Get the apps from the App Store, Academic IELTS Help, General IELTS Help. Link the apps to the website for lots of learning, for speaking. There's lots of videos. So, all right. If you have questions, students, send me an email. It's adrian@aehelp.com. That is my email address, so you can ask me questions there. We've got classes today, tomorrow, the day after, and the day after this week. So we've got speaking right now. We'll have writing task 1 for members tomorrow, followed by reading for subscribers. And then on Saturday, we'll have speaking part 2 for members and speaking part 3 for everyone. Make sure to check out our video for first person style speaking practice. This is a new one. This video is connected to one of the speaking interviews. We're the only channel that does this kind of unique style of speaking practice and training. So check this out. It's really cool. It's like you're doing karaoke, but for Ielts. So it's first person. You don't have to sing. It's just speaking, but it's like a karaoke style interview with subtitles, where the subtitles get lit up to show you how fast you need to be fluent. So check out that video. It's very, very useful for improving your speaking skills and your fluency. This weekend on Sunday, everyone, we will have speaking on Lighthall as well. So check that out. Here's the link for that. I'm putting all of this into the chat so you can see the links in the chat. And then next Sunday, we will have Lighthall class as well. Lighthall is a new platform for live learning. It's really cool. I think many people will love it, not just for English, but for other live classes as well, like engineering, computer programming, and so on. So check that out, okay? All right, let's get into today's speaking. So without further ado, you arrive to the Ielts exam and you arrive early. They tell you you have to be there 20 minutes before to register, but in fact, you should be there 1 hour before. So you arrive to the Ielts exam 1 hour before the interview starts. Okay. You get comfortable with the surroundings. And you find other candidates to practice speaking English with. Okay, you ask, hey, are you here for the Ielts exam? And they say, yes, I am. And then you say, that's great. Would you like to practice some speaking? I have some questions with me. And they say, yes, that's a great idea. And then you go, awesome. I will ask you a few questions. And then please ask me a few questions. And they say, hey, you really prepared. And then you say, yes, I did. And then you say, let's really focus on giving an answer, explanation, and example. All right. And that's what you do. And that might sound funny to you. Like you're like, oh, really? Is Adrian talking to himself now? Has he gone this far down that rabbit hole? No, I haven't gone crazy. I'm just very excited to help you to get a better score. And I know that this will get you a better score, okay? We've talked to many of our former students, candidates, and said, hey, did you go to the Ielts exam early? Talk to other candidates, practice your speaking an hour before your interview. And those that said, yes, I did. And it really helped me. I felt way better going into the exam. I felt way more comfortable, confident. I was way more fluent. So that's great. If you don't find somebody to talk to at the exam center, call a friend, call a tutor, talk to another person, use technology, use the phone, use WhatsApp, use Messenger. Okay, so do that, all right? I'm not crazy. All right. I'm just really excited. Okay, so this is speaking, everybody. So I'd like you to speak. It's good that you're listening to me, but if you're just sitting there listening, means speak. So copy, repeat. Copy my intonation, copy my pronunciation, copy what I say, okay? It's really important. So just copy these parts, okay? Hey, are you here for the Ielts exam? That's great. Would you like to practice some speaking? I have some questions with me. Awesome. I will ask you a few questions and then please ask me a few questions. Let's really focus on giving an answer, explanation, and example. All right, very good. Crete Bear is asking, should we learn grammar for the IELTS? Absolutely, grammar is very important. You should always be learning grammar. In fact, not learning grammar is a mistake that not only people who don't speak English as a first language make, but also native speakers of English make this mistake. Unfortunately, a lot of people who speak English, native English speakers and non-native English speakers, do not learn enough grammar because they're scared of it. They think, oh, grammar's so hard and there's so many rules and so many exceptions. It's not true. You don't have to become an English professor, okay? But everybody should know the fundamentals of grammar in English, whether it's a native or a non-native speaker of the English language, whether he or she is a native or non-native speaker of the English language. Okay, students, so you're at the IELTS exam. The examiner has some very standard questions to start off the test. What happens is you go in 20 minutes before your interview, you register, you show your passport, and then eventually you get called into the examination room. Make sure that you go to the washroom, make sure that you take a few deep breaths, get yourself calm. Remember, you deserve to be there. You've done every step possible to get the best score possible, and then you begin, okay? So the examiner will welcome you, and if the examiner says, please have a seat, what should you say? Okay, because that's usually the way. That's often the very first English sentence you hear from them is, please have a seat. Yeah, Newton Boy says, say thank you. Okay. Yeah, don't just silently stare and then sit down. That's not good, okay? Immediately kind of build your confidence. So, please have a seat. Thank you. Have a seat. Okay. All right. Yeah, say thank you. Don't say thanks a lot. That's kind of weird. You don't thank someone very much for letting you sit down. Just a simple thank you. Okay, I see a couple of thanks a lot. Okay. All right. And then the examiner will say, welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. I'm recording this for clerical purposes. This exam currently is being conducted in Tashkent. The time right now is 14 o'clock. Now we shall begin. What should you do while the examiner is saying all of this? Okay, so the examiner is saying, welcome to the IELTS exam, speaking section. I will be, and then they keep going. What should you be doing? What are you doing? All right, so what are you doing? It takes them about, I don't know, 30 seconds at least to go through these kind of protocols. Should you be staring at the ceiling? It's white. Yeah, it's a good ceiling. Solid, well built. Should you be staring at the ceiling? What should you be doing? Rohit says, thinking about the intro questions in the head. Nah, not really, because the intro questions, Rohit, are always the same. Can I see your identification? What's your full name? Amrit says, staying calm. Okay. Tanzik says, interacting with him. Amrit says, listening carefully. Sanaya says, just smile. Harsha says, look into the eyes, make eye contact. Yeah, okay. So not staring at the ceiling, right? You are making eye contact, but you're doing more than that. Hopefully you're not just, don't forget your name. You're thinking strategy. Okay, so what you should be doing is thinking strategy. Okay, so at this point you should be reminding yourself, answer, explain, example. Answer, because, just the other day. Okay, and you're going to see this. You should be thinking numbers. Okay. Remember these tips during that time. Okay, so you should be thinking strategy. This is what you should be thinking during that time. Is I got to answer, I have to say because, this, that, and this, and then I need an example. Just the other day, this is what happened. I have to use numbers. I live very close to this exam center, just 2 kilometers, 15 minutes walk. I should use the question. My favorite is, the reason I like this is because, okay? So that's what you should be doing, is thinking strategy. That will also help you stay calm, okay? Because you're not thinking about, oh, look at him, he's so serious. Oh, look at him, he's looking quite angry today. Oh, look at him, he's wearing a very serious and expensive suit. I'm in trouble now. Oh, what's this British accent? I've never heard this before in my life. I don't even know what he's saying. So instead of giving your attention to all of these negative thoughts, you're thinking strategy, which is helping you to stay calm and helping you to stay focused, okay? So this will also help you to stay calm and focused. All right, does that make sense, everybody? So examiner's talking to you, thinking strategy, okay? Clear? All right. Okay. All right. So here we go, everyone. Let's get into it. All right. Welcome to the speaking section of the Ielts exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. It has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. We are currently conducting the exam in Tashkent. The time right now is 14 o'clock. This is candidate number 99723348 and examiner number 1122. Now we shall begin. May I see your identification? Always the first question. Hold out your identification. Show your identification. I believe they ask for this even in the computer-based version. They ask you to hold it up to the camera. So may I see your identification? Give me a nice full sentence response. You need to use fluent sentences right from the beginning. So something like, yes, of course, here is my passport that I had used to register for the test online about 3 weeks ago. Please have a look. Okay, so that would be a nice full sentence answer. Hikmatillo says, yes, of course, here's my passport, which I used for registration. Please have a look. Nice full sentence, Hikmatillo. That's what we want. Examiners like to hear nice, full, fluent sentences in the speaking because that's how they will be able to assess your complete ability in the English language. Okay. So Hikmatillo here says, of course, here's my passport, which I used for registration. Please have a look. Right away, you're showing me an adjective clause, hikmatillo, the which I used. So that is a nice piece of grammar. And even though candidates think that the examiner is not marking you during this time, they are marking you because they're already gauging your English. Of course, if a person cannot introduce themselves in English, how in the world would they ever get a band 7 or an 8 or a 9? Okay? All right. So, then the next question is, what is your full name? It's always following this question, and often they ask you while you're holding your passport, please hold out your passport, what is your full name? They match your name with what they have on their paper or in their computer and your passport. They look at you, they look at the passport, they make sure you are who you say you are before they continue, okay? Nitu. Let's see what Nitu says. Nitu says this. So Nitu says, my full name is Vaiga Srijith and my surname is Vaiga. So please call me Vaiga. That's a bit confusing, Nitu, because your full name includes your, oh, you did include it, okay. So my full name is Vaiga Sriju, and my surname is Vaiga. So please call me Vaiga by your surname. Okay, fine. It makes sense. It's a little bit of an awkward way, Nitu, to say it. It would be more natural to say this as my given name is Srijith, and my surname is Vaiga. Please call me by my surname. That would be a more natural way to say that, okay? All right. Let's take Tayan Kip. I think I'm pronouncing that more or less correctly, probably not. Tayan Kip says, my full name is Tayani Karunia, and my surname is Tayani, so please call me Tayani. I'm just wondering, why does everybody want to be called by their surname? Usually we get called by our first names. Is there some special reason why you're all saying this? It's more natural to get called by your given name or your first name, in English we say. So this is a more natural way. It's like saying, my name is Adrian McLeod, please call me McLeod. Some people do that, but it's rare, so I'm not sure. I just want to make sure you know what you're saying here, okay? Usually we get called by our given names. So here, my full name is Roman Chapagain. Please refer to me by my given name, Roman. That's more common to say that, okay? I mean, yeah, I suppose in some cultures, maybe you use your family name more, but as far as I know, mostly we go by our first name, okay? All right. And then the examiner will ask you another question. So again, keep in mind, for names, give your full name and let the examiner know what you want to be called. Okay, it's very important. If you want to be called by your surname, sure, say that. It's just less common. Okay. Sanaz, you can absolutely say your nickname and you can be called by your nickname if you want, definitely. Okay, it's your interview. The examiner is there to assess your ability. Okay, very common question is this one here. So the examiner will say, okay, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. What is your hobby? Repeat questions. What is your hobby? And then give a nice full sentence. Okay. All right. What is your hobby? All right, let me give you an answer here, and then we'll see what you come up with, okay? All right. There is my hobby. So have a look at what I wrote, and then I'll take a look at what you have written as well. So here's my answer. I like to collect hard copy books. This has been a hobby of mine for the past 5 years because I really enjoy reading, and this is a way for me to preserve history and see my favorite stories on my bookshelf. Just last week, I added Lord of the Rings saga to my collection. That would be considered a Band 9 answer. Why? Because here I give an answer, an explanation, complex and natural grammar, and I stay focused on the question, okay? So just repeat after me, and then I'll take a look at what you wrote in the chat. So what is your hobby? I like to collect hard copy books. Or you could say, I like to collect paperback books. This has been a hobby of mine for the past 5 years. Take a look at that present perfect grammar. This has been a hobby of mine for the past 5 years. Very important is the explanation, because I really enjoy reading, and this is a way for me to preserve history and see my favorite stories on my bookshelf. Example, just last week, I added the Lord of the Rings saga to my collection. Give this kind of an answer, and the examiner will be like, oh, okay, this person really knows how to communicate and has come here to show what a Band 9 sounds like. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at what Nock has written. Okay. So here is Nock's response. Okay. Nock writes, everyone has at least one leisure pursuit, and I am no exception. My hobby is watching movies. Currently, I'm watching a TV series called Avengers on Netflix. It is very interesting and hopeful. I guess it continues here. Okay, so this, even said perfectly, is a Band 6 to 7 at best. Okay. This part here, Nock, is frustrating for the examiner, okay? Because you're not answering the question. My question here is, what is your hobby? Not everyone has a hobby. I don't care about everyone, I care about you. I'm asking you questions about you, not about everyone. Don't go off topic, students. Do not use templates and catchphrases in the IELTS. It will decrease your score for sure. So don't do that, okay? This will decrease your score. And the examiner may even get frustrated. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, Knock, this is actually where your answer starts. My hobby is watching movies. Okay, now here's your example, Knock. Currently, I'm watching a TV series called Avengers on Netflix, which is fine. It is very interesting and hopeful something's happening there. Okay, so this is kind of like your explanation. Students, it's better to use the structure answer, explanation, and then example. So try not to mix that order, okay? All right, and then the examiner says, okay, let's talk about clothes. How often do you wear a jacket? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. So how often do you wear a jacket? I'm going to give an answer for this one, and then we will compare. Okay, so all right. There we go. So how often do you wear a jacket? Again, I'm showing you a band 9. Okay, band 9 goes above and beyond the usual. It's original. It's using great vocabulary. Again, you don't have to go for the band 9, but I'm showing you what a band 9 takes. And it's the structure and the strategy that's really important here. So pay attention to that. And of course, when you see new words, learn them, okay? All right, so the question here is, how often do you wear a jacket? The answer, I frequently wear a jacket, either a light windbreaker or a heavier winter coat, depending on the weather. I live in a temperate climate where the temperature hovers between 10 and 25 degrees depending on the season. So I wear a jacket at least 200 days of the year, as I'm doing today. Notice numbers. I'm telling the examiner what the temperature is where I live. That helps the examiner realize that, oh yeah, okay, 10 degrees, 15 degrees, you're going to wear a jacket, okay? And 200 days of the year. So over half of the year, right? Temperate climate means that it's not too hot, not too cold, okay? And this is true, by the way, where I live here in Victoria. It's a temperate rainforest. Summer has been very slow for us this year. Most of June has been like 15, 16 degrees so far, which is unusual. Usually it's warmer, but it's an interesting year. Notice the either, so either a light windbreaker, okay? A windbreaker is just kind of a shell, okay? It's almost like a raincoat, if you will. And then you have the heavier winter coat, okay? So, or, okay, I'm using that either or, and I'm using this nice vocabulary here with the adjective light windbreaker or heavier winter coat. Okay, so again, just repeat after me. I frequently wear a jacket, either a light windbreaker or a heavier winter coat, depending on the weather. I live in a temperate climate where the temperature hovers. Hovers means kind of moves between 10 and 25 degrees, depending on the season. So I wear a jacket at least 200 days of the year, as I'm doing today. Okay. All right. Let's see. Fateh says 45 degrees in India. Yeah, it's quite a bit more than what we have here. All right. Let's see what some of you have written. Okay, Akira. One of my favorite classic Japanese animation films called Akira as well. Akira says, I wear a jacket more often than not with jeans and hoodies since it is summer where I live, but at night it's quite cold, so I wear at least 2 to 3 times a week. So I wear it. So I wear a jacket. You have to say jacket again because you said jeans and hoodie. So I wear a jacket at least 2-3 times a week, as I did 2 days ago. Okay, not bad. I like the answer, explanation, example, quantitative language. That could get you a band 9. Absolutely. You have all of the great elements to make that a high band answer. Very nice, Akira. Well done. Ding. Thumbs up. All right. By the way, welcome to our chat moderator, Carolina, to the class today as well. Good to see you here. Okay, here we go, everyone. Education notes. I often wear a jacket in winter, even every day. Because of the cold weather, I have different jackets, but I wore the red jacket more because it was my favorite one. That's a little bit confusing. You have to be careful. What red jacket are you talking about suddenly? Use some numbers, education notes. How cold are winters? Okay. All right, students, so far so good. All right, I see lots of chatter in our chat, which is nice. Lots of communication. Remember to use the code HAPPY9 on our websites. And right now we're going to our website for speaking. I'm going to actually reach out and talk to our students. So let's go to our website, which is aehelp.com. For speaking practice, I will communicate live with some volunteers, and I will show you what to do. So go to the website, aehelp.com. It is here. Again, the website is www.aehelp.com. Okay. Then, let me go, put it right there. Okay, aehelp.com. Then you want to click on this big red Join Now button for the premium IELTS package, or to try it for free, click on the green Try Demo button and create an account. Once you create an account, you will be in your My Student account. In your My Student account, end the tour and click on this student partner speaking button. You see all these other goodies like computer-based practice exams, full online course, audio CDs. Those are great. Check those out in your own time. If you like the speaking session, you can book an IELTS speaking practice interview with me with this orange button there. That's just right above my head. That's the speaking interview practice. But for now, we're going to student partner speaking. You have to accept the terms here, students, because this is our disclaimer. It means that you are responsible for your speaking. Okay, and then you get into this page. It's the speaking interface. It's kind of like Skype, so you will see lots and lots of names. It works best on computer, but it does work on your phone. It works best on PC, but it should work on Apple as well. So just to give you some ideas. And then you will see me in here as master. So I see that, we've got Mandeep in here, we've got Pradeep in here, Yash, Anahita, Ruslan, Juan Pablo. So we've got lots of people in here. And you can volunteer by clicking on these blue envelopes, and you can click the one that's beside mine. My handle will be master. Okay, so you're going to see master, click on the blue envelope, and send me a message. Let's see who's ready. I think Mandeep has already sent me a message here. Make sure you enable your microphone and your speaker. If you're using the system for the first time, try it with somebody else. So send somebody a message and say, hey, can we communicate? I just want to make sure my microphone and speaker are working on the site. And then you can use this at any time. Use it with other students. This isn't just to volunteer in live classes. This is for you to use anytime for free. Okay, you can use this for free anytime to find IELTS speaking partners. Mandeep, or Manideep. Mani, sorry, I remember Manideep says, I'd like to volunteer. Okay, let's start with Manideep here at the top today. Are you ready? All right, Amrit, I see that your exam is coming up on the 25th of June. I will reach out to you in a bit. Thank you for that super chat donation. Okay, Manideep, let's do this.
Hey Adrian,
Hi, Manideep, how are you?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm energetic, doing well. Thank you for asking. All right. Manideep, do you have an exam date? Do you know when you will be doing the IELTS exam?
Yes, my exam is scheduled on June 25th.
Oh, so the same day as Amrit.
Yes,
He just mentioned that as well. Maybe June 20. Are you in India right now, Manideep?
yes, I'm from Hyderabad, Adrian, the capital city of Telangana state.
Okay, excellent. Nice answer. Yes, I guess maybe the 25th will be a big exam day in India. I think a lot of people are taking exams on that day. Okay, well, let me get you going a little bit on speaking. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Awesome. Okay, so welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. May I see your identification?
Absolutely. Here is my passport that I used to register for this exam few weeks back. And here's the page with my details. Please take a look.
What is your full name?
My first name is Manideep and my last name is Telukuntla. Please just call me Manideep.
For part one, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. What is your hobby?
Creating videos is one of my hobbies. I have been uploading videos on YouTube related to technology like smartphones, PCs, and earphones for the past 5 years. I like to do this because I want to share knowledge with others. In fact, last week I have uploaded a video on Apple iPhone 13 and the response was amazing.
Let's talk about clothes. How often do you wear a jacket?
Not regularly. I prefer to wear jackets only in winters as it is cool this time of the year. With temperature ranging from 17 degrees to 25 degrees here in India.
Where do you like shopping for clothes?
I prefer to shop online because it's a time saving. I can just quickly browse through the e-commerce platforms that are available, and I can also look for the sizes. So I would like to shop online most of the time. And in fact, yesterday I bought a pair of jeans for my birthday.
Okay, I'm going to stop there, Manideep. So far, I'd say band 9. Okay, that's how you do it. So that's what you have to do to get a band 9, what you're doing right now. Okay. Did you prepare your answers ahead before the class, or were you just doing them as spontaneously right now?
Yeah, the question that you asked right now, Adrian, that was spontaneous.
Okay,
The question before was not the spontaneous, but I did change the answer.
Okay, but good for you. That's good for you. I mean, either way, and preparation is the key to success. So once you prepare like that and you practice and you record yourself on the phone and then you listen back and you hear that style of communication with that level of clarity, numbers, and I think everybody who's watching right now will agree with me that that's band 9. So band 9, it's obvious when a student hits band 9 or when a candidate hits band 9. It actually doesn't take a lot of assessment. It's just very clear. Like all of your answers were bang on topic. They were right for the answer. You didn't waste any time with, saying like lots of people like buying clothes here and there, but I like to buy clothes. So you just really right away you said, I prefer to shop online because it's time saving. So, take a look at this, everybody. This answer here is what's called professional communication. So Manideep literally used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. Within 8 words, Manideep not only answered the question, but also gave the explanation for it. I prefer to shop online because it's time saving. Very clear. And then I prefer to shop for clothes online, bit more explanation. I can check the sizes. And then you said, so I would like to shop online most of the time. Here, it was slightly, for me, I wouldn't say I would like to. I would just say, so I shop online, but it's not wrong. It could be considered a different style of diction. Okay. And then you said, I bought myself a pair of jeans for my birthday. I kind of felt sorry for you there, Manideep. I'm like, I wish, somebody else bought you clothes on your birthday, not you for yourself. But hey, that's not my business who's buying what for themselves on their birthday. In fact, I sometimes buy items for myself on my birthday as well. So I deserve it. I deserve these new jeans. I'm going to buy myself jeans on my birthday. So, but the examiner is not there to judge you. So you can say whatever you like as long as it makes sense. Okay. And you did a really good job of, using numbers. You said, it's 25 degrees in India and that's cold for you. So you wear a jacket. You used numbers earlier as well. You said creating videos. When I asked you what is your hobby, immediately you introduced the present perfect progressive. You said, I have been uploading videos to YouTube. So immediately you showed me that, hey, I can use complex English grammar very comfortably. So all of those are really great points. Okay, Manideep, that's how you do it. That's really good. Any questions about the speaking section?
Not really, Adrian, but what is happening with me is I'm able to perform really well in my part 1 of speaking, but when the part 3, in the part 3, I'm a little bit like I'm out of ideas.
Yeah, so part 3 is the same as part 1. You just have to stay calm, and you really have to remember that Ielts is not rocket science. So there are simple answers even to part 3. Just make sure that you're connecting to part 2. And since since you feel really confident with part 1, make sure that over the next few days before your exam, you focus your energy on practicing for part 3. So don't worry anymore about part 1. You're good there. Okay. So focus your energy on part 3 and really think about those kind of grand realities for part 3. So for part 3, Manideep, consider that there are some truths that are true for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're from Canada, from Germany, from India, from South Africa. We all need fresh air, clean drinking water to survive. We all use technology today. We all use the internet today. We all want safety for our children. We all know that learning in university is important for success in the future. So think about these big truths that are common to all people, and usually it will be these ideas that are the answers to a lot of those questions in part 3. Okay?
Yeah, sure, Adrian.
All right. Okay, Manideep, thank you so much for being the first volunteer and setting a high bar right away at the beginning here with those responses. Thank you so much, and keep up the good studies.
Thank you, Adrian, and many more happy returns to your daughter.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Bye, Manideep.
Thank you.
That was very kind of Manideep to remember that it's my daughter's birthday today. Okay, very nice. All right, Yash is here as well, and I'm going to see if Yash is available. I don't go in order right now. I'm just choosing to take the second person, but I will jump around a little bit as well. So Yash, let's see if you are here. Are you ready? Okay, so we kind of move around. I pick different students from the website who are volunteering from different places, and also different questions from the speaking part 1 to give feedback. So if you've got great English, if you've got so-so English, don't worry about it, just volunteer, okay? The goal here is to improve. There are people of all kinds of abilities. All right, Yash. Yash is ready. All right, Yash, I am calling you. Let's see if you pick up. Hi, Yash.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great, sir. What about you?
I'm doing
Hello.
fantastic, Yash. I'm doing great. Can you hear me okay? I can hear you.
Yep.
Yeah, you can hear me, Yash?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Yash, why are you taking the IELTS exam?
Yeah, I am preparing for my arts because I want to go for further studies in Canada. Right now, I'm preparing for my arts.
Okay, what do you plan to study?
Yeah, I am right now. I'm a mechanical engineering here completed. I wanna do my masters in Canada.
Okay, exciting. Do you know where in Canada? Canada's a big country. Do you have any ideas of what part of Canada?
Yeah, especially I want to go for Toronto.
Toronto. Okay, beautiful big
Yeah,
city. Toronto's
yeah,
very far from me. It's 5 hours by plane for me to get to Toronto. I have to fly there.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Okay. Well, let's get into this. So I am going to ask you some questions, and then I'll take some notes and give you some feedback. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So let's talk about clothes. How often do you wear a jacket?
Yeah, not much often, but whenever I have some occasion, so I wear a jacket. Like last month, I had my brother's wedding, so that time I wear a jacket, which is traditional and like pink in color. So that was the time that I prefer to wear a jacket.
Where do you like shopping for clothes?
Yeah, I like to do some shoppings for my clothes on online shopping because when I have a lot, when I get a lots of choices over there, and also uh, some discounts for online shopping. So whenever have a time, I do some shops on online.
What do you wear for work?
Could you please repeat that again?
Yes. What do you wear to work?
Hello,
Yeah.
pardon me.
What do you wear to work?
Yeah, I at the work time I like to prepare like general sophisticated clothes because that's feel me comfort, and also I like to do work with my professional.
What do you wear if it is hot outside?
Yeah, if it's hot outside, then I like to wear like comfortable clothes uh, mm, like a t-shirt which is not sticky to my bodies, as well as the boxer which is above the knee, so I feel comfort in hot weather.
All right, let's stop there for now. Not bad. Okay, not bad. I would say that that is about a 6.5 on the IELTS exam. Okay.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
give you some tips to correct. Okay, so I think your fluency score is like a band 8. Your coherence score is about a 6.5. Your grammatical range and accuracy is about a 5.5. And your pronunciation is an 8. Definitely, one place where you want to make some corrections are with your grammar. Okay, so pay more attention to your grammar, and pay a little bit more attention to the structure and what you're saying. So, let me give you a specific example of this. So I asked you, how often do you wear a jacket? And you said, not much often. That's awkward English. You wouldn't hear a native speaker say, not much often. We would say, not too often. Okay, so not,
Okay.
instead of not much often, not too often. Okay, that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct
Okay.
English. Okay. And then you said, but whenever I have an occasion, and then you said last month you wore a jacket for your brother's wedding. I liked how you had some good examples. I really liked your examples. I thought your examples were very useful to make sure that you get that 6.5. Okay. So you said, but whenever I have an occasion, but whenever there is an occasion where it's customary
Okay.
to wear a jacket, like last month I had to wear a jacket. Okay.
Yep.
So I wore it at that time.
Yep.
Okay. Let me repeat this and then copy after me just for a little bit of practice, okay? So we can correct your grammar. And the way that you correct grammar, Yash, is you have to listen, you have to correct the grammar like I just did, and then you have to say it again, okay?
Yep.
So, how often do you wear a jacket? Not too often, but whenever there's an occasion where it is customary to wear a jacket, like last month, I had to wear a traditional jacket at my brother's wedding, so I wore one at that time. Can you repeat after me?
Yep. Yep. I'll repeat.
Okay, go for it.
Not too often, but whenever there is an occasion where it is customary to wear a jacket, like last month, I had to wear a traditional jacket at my brother's wedding, so I wore one at the time.
Okay, good. So that's much more accurate. So correct your grammar and then focus on that. Now, a couple of parts of your diction. So we have our own personal diction and then we have cultural diction. So
Yeah.
here you use the word yeah quite often. Try to reduce using yeah. Okay, so try to minimize using yeah in your start of your sentence. When you're about to say yeah, just stop and then begin right away. So instead of yeah, I like to do some shopping for my clothes online. Don't say yeah at the beginning of every sentence. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now in India, a lot of people in India say over there.
Yep.
That's a bit awkward. Try to avoid saying over there. I get lots of choices over there. Saying over there is a bit strange for many other speakers of the English language because it's a bit confusing. Like, what do you mean over there? Over there means it's a location, like right over there, right? And
Yep.
speakers in India often use this in their speech, and it sounds a bit confusing and a bit awkward. So you want to be careful about that and just try to minimize it, okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right, Yash, those are your tips. Follow those tips, and your band score will go up to like a 7, 7.5, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Sir, I would like.
Good. Sounds like you're having a busy day over there. It sounds like you're in a big kitchen or something, Yash.
Yes, my mom is cooking for us, so our kitchen is behind to us, so some sounds come from there.
Sounds like it's going to be a delicious evening going on there. So if you've got some extra food, send some my way, okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why not? You can be a part of our dinner.
Sounds
And
good.
sir, Sir, I would like to wish a birthday of your daughter. So,
Thank you,
first of all,
Yash.
happy birthday to her.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Yash.
N-
Enjoy your dinner. Have a great
Nice.
night.
Yes, yes, and nice talking to you. See ya later.
You as well. Bye, Yash. All right, that was Yash getting ready for dinner and practicing English. Good for Yash. All right, using every minute of the day to improve the brain and our thinking, which is fantastic. Okay, students, that's good. All right, so that's what you want to do: practice, identify your mistakes, improve. Okay. All right, we've got lots of time, so let's look at some more volunteers here. I think Chayani has tried to volunteer in the past, and I'm not sure if Chayani's ever gotten the chance. So Chayani says, "Hello, sir. Can I be third speaking? Sorry, I did not answer your call, sir, last Saturday because of lack of sleep. Can I?" Okay, yeah, Chayani. If you're here, let's try. Let's see if we can do this. Are you ready? I'm going to send you a message. Make sure you're still there now. Are you ready? And I'm really curious how to pronounce your name correctly, so you can finally instruct me on that. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. Carolina, thank you for reminding everyone to support each other, okay? You got to be brave to do this. Okay, Chayani says, yes, sir. All right.
Hello, Sir Adrian.
Hi, Chayani. How are you?
Hello.
Make sure you mute YouTube. So on YouTube, click the little speaker icon so we don't hear YouTube. Okay, so turn off YouTube or turn off the sound for YouTube.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so just the sound. Turn the sound off and then perfect. All right, first question. How should I pronounce your name?
Cahyani.
Cahyani.
That's Indonesian name.
Indonesian name. So you are in Indonesia?
Yes, of course.
All right. Cahyani. Awesome. And why are you taking the Ielts exam?
I decided to take my IELTS exam for preparing the university. So I'm the gap year student from 2021.
Okay, so for university entrance, and are you doing university in Indonesia or are you planning to do university in another country?
Another country, exactly in Australia.
In Australia. What part of Australia? Do you know?
The Western Australia part.
Okay, yeah, because Australia is a big country as well. Okay, Chayani, let me ask you a few speaking part one questions. Give me some answers, and then I will give you feedback. How does that sound? Sounds good?
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, all right, okay. So let's talk about clothes. Where do you like shopping for clothes?
I'm not used for shopping by directly. I oftenly use time for shopping by via online, exactly on the application called Shopee or Tokopedia. And my family always use those apps for complete the household item.
What do you wear to work?
I oftenly shopping directly. Uh, I not use your time for shopping directly, but I often use time for shopping by via online, exactly on the application Shopee or Tokopedia. And my family
What do you wear
always
to
use the
work?
app for complete the household item.
What do you wear to work?
Um, for my experience, the rules that written in our my workplace, just wear in the polite uniform, just like the wear a long sleeve and long pants, and with the formal shoes.
What do you wear if it is hot outside?
If I if the season hot in the outside, I usually wear wear a t-shirt and just the short pants. If they are short in there, I usually wear an, a sunscreen. And next,
What if it's cold?
if it's cold, I always wear a jacket and also a hat.
Do you have any sports clothing?
Yes, I collect the clo- the any sport clothing. When I decided to jogging around at my house, I usually wore those clothes.
Has your clothing style changed in the past 10 years?
Yeah, due to my grow up, uh, my fashion always change for year to year.
Okay, let's stop there. All right. Chakiani, that would be about a band 5, okay, on the IELTS exam for the speaking section. Let me explain why, okay? So your fluency is about a band 5.5. So on the IELTS, a band 6 is considered fluent. That means that you can just talk without stopping. And for me, it feels like you have to stop sometimes to think about what kind of English you need to use to say the answer. So you are just under fluent. You give the answer, it's not too slow, but it takes you a little bit of time that's unnatural. So that's a little bit under fluent. So what that means is you just have to practice lots, okay? Your vocabulary, so your lexical resource is also about a band 5 to 6. You definitely want to focus on not just learning vocabulary, but using it correctly. So using vocabulary, and that's going to be important for your writing section as well. I'll give you an example of what I mean here. So I asked you, what do you wear to work? And you said, for my experience, the rule that are in my workplace. So the grammar is about a band 5, 4.5. You really have to work on your grammar as well. You said polite uniform. We don't say polite uniform. We would say professional uniform. Okay. Professional uniform, just like wear long sleeve. Okay, long sleeve dress shirt, maybe, and long pants with formal shoes. That was okay. All right. Some of your answers were a bit confusing and a bit hard for me to understand, so your coherence score definitely fell to a 5. Here, when I asked you, what do you wear if it's hot outside, you said, if the season, by the way, you used the conditional very well. So anytime I asked you an if question, you said, if it is hot outside. You said, I usually wear the t-shirt. I usually wear a t-shirt and short pants. We don't say short pants, we just say shorts, okay? Short pants is a bit strange, okay? So that was, a bit confusing at times, but I did understand you, so you're on the right path. So what you want to do to improve your speaking score is do lots of reading, do lots of writing to improve your grammar accuracy. And when you're reading and when you're writing, speak aloud. So when you're reading a book, read the book aloud so you can hear yourself. When you're writing and you correct the grammar, make sure to read your writing loudly so that you can hear the corrected grammar. Does that make sense? Chayani?
Okay, sir.
Does that make sense? Yeah? So
Yes.
lots of practice, lots of loud practice, meaning using your mouth, saying the words, okay? All right? And then you will improve, I promise you. in order to get a band 6.5 on the IELTS, I would recommend waiting about 4 to 6 months before sitting the test. So doing 4 to 6 months of daily practice, at least for a few hours. Okay?
Okay, sir.
All right.
So, so we should paraphrase the word.
Paraphrasing words is a great way to practice as well, absolutely, to improve your vocabulary. But again, I would just spend lots of time reading, lots of time writing, and lots of time speaking. Okay? All right, so spend a lot on that. Use the website. So this website that we're using right now, make sure to come back here and message people. So say, hey, can we practice? Do you have a minute to ask some questions? And at the top here, there's questions that are included on the website, so you can use these questions and just do lots and lots of practice. Okay?
Okay, I'm understood.
All right, Chayani, good for you though. I commend you for coming in here. You're volunteering. You're already taking the first best steps to get a better score and to improve your communication. So keep it up, okay?
Okay. Can I have the last question?
Absolutely.
Any tips for prevent the nervous? So suddenly I got nervous during the speaking session.
If you get really nervous, just focus on using the question. Okay, so that's a good, so I'll show you what you can do. Okay, so my last question was, has your clothing style changed in the last 10 years? If you suddenly get really nervous, just use the question and that will help you to calm down. So say, yes, my clothing has changed in the last 10 years. I wear very different clothes now than in 2010. Okay, so use the question. By using the question, it helps you to calm down and to refocus on the question. Does that make sense? Okay, so use the question in your answer. Basically repeat the question, but put yes at the beginning. Okay, so don't just repeat it. Say yes. And has your clothing style? Yes, it has changed. Okay, so you have to change it a little bit. You're not just repeating it. You have to change it a little bit, but use the question. Okay, and that will help you calm down.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir, for the tips.
You're very welcome. Good luck in your studies, Chayani, and hopefully I'll see you again, okay?
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right, that was Chayani. Give Chayani a thumbs up. I really enjoy, it's important to do this no matter what level you are. So whether you're a band 4, 5, 6, or a 9, you want to check that. You want to know what's going on, okay? All right. We've got more time. Let's take another volunteer. Let's see, how big is our list today? Ooh. Let's go to the bottom here. So people volunteering at the bottom know that they too have a chance. So Damanov. I have registered to the IELTS exam. I need practice. Damanov, are you ready? Okay. And there are a lot of people in here. I don't see Reet volunteering. Okay, and again, students, if you want to book a full IELTS speaking exam with me, you can do that with this yellow button there. Okay, so you can click on that yellow button way up at the top and book a full speaking interview session where you practice part 2 and 3 also. Okay, Damanov is ready. So let's reach out to Damanov.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Damanov.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Awesome.
What about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Damanov, where are you right now?
I'm from Uzbekistan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Which city?
Samarkand. Yeah.
Samarkand. What is the population of Samarkand?
Population, might be 2.5 million.
Yeah, I was guessing that it would be a big number because we've had quite a few volunteers from Samarkand. So I was thinking it must be a pretty big city. So yeah, okay, cool. Right on. Dominov, why are you taking the Ielts exam?
To enroll university. Yeah, sure.
Okay, full sentence answers. To enroll in university, what are you planning to study?
I didn't decide it yet. I haven't decided yet.
Good correction. Okay, here's my first tip to you. Do that in your real exam. Okay, if you feel that you made a mistake with your grammar, you said I didn't decide it yet, and then you realize it's kind of strange, it should be present perfect, I haven't decided yet, make that correction because you'll get a better band score. So that was a good correction. Corrections are natural in English. Native speakers make mistakes as well, but what they do is they do exactly what you just did, is they go back and they re-say it with the correct grammar. Okay, so that was really good. That was really good. That's what you want to do. Thank you for showing everybody that. Okay, you haven't decided yet. That's fine. When are you starting university?
Well, might be after 2 years. Yeah, now, yeah, after 2 years.
Okay.
Counts.
Okay. So are you still in high school right now?
Yeah, sure.
Are you in grade 10 or 11?
And in 10.
Okay. Yeah. So
I
you,
just,
okay.
mhm.
So you want to give full answers. You want to say, I'm in grade 10 right now. I will graduate in 2 years, and then I will begin my university studies. So you've got some time to figure out what you want to do in life, and that's good. That's good. The key, Dominov, to happiness in life is think about what you enjoy doing so much that you would do it for free, and then choose that as your major, and then you'll learn to make money at it, and you'll be a happy person. So, okay. All right, Dominov, let's do this. So I will ask you some questions, and you're very smart to prepare for your English and for your IELTS at an early time as you're doing. Let's do this. So I will ask you some questions. Give me some nice full sentence answers. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about clothes. How often do you wear a jacket?
Well, hardly a day goes by without wearing jacket in winter. However, in summer, I just put it on my shelf and forgot about it. So yeah, in winter, every day.
Where do you like shopping for clothes?
Well, I prefer to go to the shopping malls because of the it's more cheaper than in boutiques because of the extortionate costs of brands. So yeah, shopping mall would be best. Just uh, just a week ago, I bought a T-shirt for myself.
What do you wear to work?
Just the casual wear. I mean, T-shirt, pants, and sneakers, and yeah, and surely my cap with the slogan of the NBA. Yeah, sure.
What do you wear if it's hot outside?
Could you repeat? I didn't.
What do you wear if it is hot outside?
Oh, well, definitely T-shirt. So it would be really nice in hot summer days. Yeah, and might be shorts instead of pants. Yeah, sure.
Do you have any sports clothing?
Definitely, yes. I have a football boots. So I quite often go to the football with my friends to just chill out, to have fun and play the football.
Has your clothing style changed in the last 10 years?
So definitely, yeah, I would say that uh, I prefer wear black clothing instead of blue or other kind of color clothing. So yeah, sure, because I have a lot of black t-shirts and jackets.
Okay, that is the end of part 1. We will now continue with part 2. For part 2, I will show you some questions. You will have 1 minute to read these questions, think about your answers, and then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start, when to stop. Okay, and then they get into part 2, just like that. But we're not doing part 2 today. We're going to do part 2 later in the week on Saturday and on Sunday on Light Hall. Okay, let me give you a bit of feedback. So that would be about a band 5.5. Okay. You should be able to get a 6.5, but you need to change your answer style a little bit. Okay, and you've got lots of time to practice, so that's great. You have nothing to worry about. If you keep practicing, keep improving, you're going to do just great by the time you do the Ielts exam. Okay, let me give you a bit of feedback of what to do, what not to do. Okay, so you remembered that, okay, I have to give an answer, explanation, example, and I really like how you realize, okay, examples are important. I have to put some examples in there, which was good. You just need to make them a little bit better. One really important tip is the examiner doesn't know you, okay? And you said to me, you know how the day goes. I'll be really honest with you. I have no idea how the day goes for you in Samarkand.
No, I said hardly day goes by without wearing my jacket. Oh.
I get it, but I misunderstood that a little bit. So you're working on your pronunciation a bit as well. It's not so much that part, it's the part. Okay. You said to me, not just this time, but actually for at least 1 or 2 more of your answers, you said, I know it's an expression, but it's not a good expression in communication, especially not in professional communication. You would never say to a job interview or this kind of an interview, because immediately the person kind of looks at you and they're like, we just met. Damanov, I don't know. I have no idea what you do, where you go, who you are, right? So there is no So take out the knows, okay? So really try to pay attention to the IELTS speaking is a professional communication setting. So it's not the same as when you're talking to someone casually in your classroom or on a daily basis, okay? You have to use professional communication to get those higher band scores, and for that, you really have to pay attention to some of these details, like not saying Another really common one that a lot of candidates say is honestly speaking. Have you heard people say this? Like, honestly speaking. Yeah, don't do that one either, okay? When you talk to a person in a job interview or an examiner, they hope that you're speaking honestly and they don't care if you're not speaking honestly. So don't say honestly speaking, right? So don't say don't say honestly speaking. Stay away from these kinds of awkward daily expressions that we use in casual conversation. And even then, be careful with that. It's not quality communication to use those. Okay. Then you said I wear a jacket in winter, and then you said in summer I put it on the shelf. That was off topic. I asked you when you wear a jacket, not when you don't wear a jacket. So to switch to suddenly summer, you're going off topic. So be careful with that. It starts to get confusing for the listener. Okay. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Then I said, where do you like shopping for clothes? And you said, oh, well, I prefer to go. You start your sentences often with, oh, well. Chuck Yani started often with yeah. We all have our unique diction. Diction is our style that's unique to us, our speaking. It's okay, but you do want to control it. So in professional communication, you don't want to have too much of this diction. So it's okay to say, oh, well, once, maybe twice, but not for every question. Okay? All right, so be careful with that. Here's a very common grammar mistake that a lot of people make when they're speaking English. They use the more, cheaper. Okay? More together with the ER is very strange to a native ear.
Yeah,
Okay?
sure.
So because it's cheaper or it's more something. We don't say more cheap, we just say it's cheaper. So you never combine the two though. It's immediately a mistake, and a band 7 or a band 8 on the IELTS usually will not make this kind of a grammatical mistake. They will not combine more with an ER verb, okay? All right.
Yeah.
All right. So careful with the grammar. But again, you've got time, so make sure that you do pay attention to your grammar studies. Don't ignore grammar, okay? Make sure you focus on grammar as well, all right? Now, let's go to this question here as well. I want to highlight something important for everybody, okay? So I said, what do you wear to work? And you said, just the casual wear, t-shirt, pants, and sneakers. Okay, again, first of all, I have no idea what you wear to work, okay? Do you know why I don't know what you wear to work?
Yeah, I haven't mentioned that I wear. I just said.
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea where you work, right? Do you work at an office building? Do you work at McDonald's, in a jewelry shop? Do you work as a sports coach, coaching children to play football? I have no idea, right? So how should I know what you wear to work, right? So where do you work? Do you work right now?
No.
Okay, all right. So it's okay to say no. You can say, I don't have a job right now, so I don't wear any special kinds of clothing to work. But if you make it up, if you're like, okay, well, I heard people, including Adrian, say, just give an answer, then make it up. I work at McDonald's. Go with something very typical, okay? So I just wear casual clothes, t-shirt, pants, and sneakers under the uniform. Okay, McDonald's, you actually wear a uniform, so it's kind of a okay, and you probably wouldn't wear your Nike cap, you'd wear the McDonald's cap, but that's okay. All right, so the examiner doesn't know you, okay? Give them clear reasons or explanations for what you're doing, why you're doing it, okay? All right. Do you have any sports clothing? Just an important piece of vocabulary. Do you know what football boots are called? They have a special name. Can somebody help here in the chat? So I said, do you have any sports clothing? And you said, yeah, definitely. I have football boots. Football boots is not the correct English. Okay, there's another word for that. Those special kinds of shoes that have the spikes on the bottom. In baseball, you have them too. So in sports that you play on grass, especially. Not studs, Rahul, but close. They're called, let's see if somebody gets them. Not sneakers, not spikes. I'm looking at the chat, seeing if anybody comes up with them. Somebody's probably going to Google them here pretty quick and come up with it. Somebody said Ronaldo foot, but it's not Ronaldo. It starts with a K.
Cats.
Cleats. They're called cleats.
Cleats.
I have football cleats. And I have no idea how to spell that because I never write it, but I'm sure. Cleats, yeah, C-L-E-A-T-S, cleats. Yeah, Nasrin got it. So they're called football cleats, okay? So that's a new word for you. Make sure you write it down. And jerseys. Definitely, yeah, I have football cleats and football jerseys. Jersey is a special type of shirt that's a uniform for sports, Okay, so just repeat this after me. Okay, I'll ask the question, I'll give the answer, and then you can repeat. Do you have any sports clothing? Definitely, yeah. I have football cleats and football jerseys because I love to play football, and I have many teams that I follow. So I buy their jerseys, like Manchester United. Okay, do you have any sports clothing?
Yeah, definitely. I have cleats and jerseys because I love to play a lot of football, and I have a lot of team shirts like Manchester United
Okay, yeah, not team shirts, jerseys.
jerseys.
Okay, so cleats and jerseys. All right, so a couple of important words for you as somebody who loves football, right?
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, my background is Hungarian. I'm Hungarian Canadian, and you probably heard that Hungary beat England in England 4-0.
Yeah.
Right? It's a big news for us in Hungary there. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for volunteering. Make sure to follow those tips, Dominov, and you will do great. You've got lots of time, so study hard, okay?
Thank you, Adrian, for feedback.
You're very welcome. Bye, Dominov. Have a great rest of your night.
Bye.
Okay, that was Dominov. So very nice. Okay, everybody, that is all the time I have for today, but there will be more speaking in the week coming up. Tomorrow we have task 1 writing for members. Ooh, lots of notes in the class. So task 1 for members tomorrow, and then we'll have reading tomorrow. We'll have speaking part 2 and part 3 on Saturday. And again, we have our speaking light hall class coming up on Sunday as well. To practice your speaking, everybody, make sure to check out our karaoke style speaking training video on the YouTube. We just put this one up. Okay. It is awesome. So check it out. I'm putting the link in the chat, and it's like doing Ielts speaking karaoke. Okay, so if you've ever sang karaoke, you'll know exactly what this is. Check that out. And again, go to our websites and sign up for our premium IELTS package, aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. Use this code HAPPY9 for that 20% discount. Thank you, Carolina, for moderating the class and for encouraging all of our volunteers and helping them find out where to go and what to do. I will be back again tomorrow, and hopefully we'll see you all back here. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from beautiful Victoria for now. Much love to all of you, wherever you are in our wonderful world. Bye for now, everyone.